Greetings and salutations to all you folks out there. It is a Sentence Day. Been a long time since we played a Sentence on the stream, so I figured now is about as good a time as any to start it. Hey, I probably better narrow out this thing right here so you don't have to look at those ugly bars all game, and then we'll get right down to it. If you are on the north side, you need to kill the stream right now because I am going to be yammering on about my strategies during the entire thing, and you do not deserve free intel. Neither does anyone else, so get out. Get out right now, you have been warned. So on our team, we've got George. He is going Cybern. We have got Monkey Lord at the back, UEF as air. That's a little scary. And we've got Tursto as Cybern on our other naval front. I am Cybern on the front line versus Trumpsburger, who is also Cybern. So it looks like this is going to be a war of the Mantis spam. I like when I'm on Brink's side so I can hear the stream. Well, whatever. Float your boat there, bud. We're going to go ahead and snag as much of this reclaim as I can possibly get my grubby little mitts on. We're going to grab all of those and retreat to build a radar. I think that is the best way to go. And then you, my little friend, you are going to build a couple of things. We're going to build a mass extractor and then a whole bunch of power, which we are not going to build all in a clump, so that we don't get T1 bombered. Hopefully, anyway. Hopefully. We're going to assist there. Spring out towards the back to try to get the hydros. The north and south side of Sentence. I don't know if you've noticed this before, but Sentence is not exactly symmetrical. Not completely, anyway. There are a few minor differences, and I prefer the south side just because of the way the build pattern's laid out. You can argue till you're blue in the face as to which one is better than the other objectively, but most of the time I think it just boils down to which one you're used to and which one suits your particular play style. For instance, south air has a little bit more buildable space. North side has a closer pattern of mass extractors that you're able to grab just a little bit more quickly and efficiently than the south side can. So it just depends on what gets thrown out at you. We're going to queue you over there. You, my friend, once you get that built, you are going to go for an energy storage so that we get some overcharge at some point in the near future. I'm going to grab that right there. You are going to go up here, grab those mass extractors, come to the front to assist an upgrade on the ACU. And the objective when you're doing the front position of Sentence is to get as much mass as you possibly can. And one thing that I have noticed is a common thread among a lot of people who try to play the front is that they walk to each mass source. Let me queue this up and then I'll show you what I mean. Do this right here and then queue up a few factories. There we go. What happens most of the time is somebody queues up a move order right to the center and then they just slap down a bunch of reclaim orders and they don't take the necessary time to actually try and walk to the different sources of mass and do things correctly where you are gathering the mass more efficiently. Because if you take the time to walk to each and every source, then you are going to run into massive problems where you're spending all your time walking and none actually gathering any of the mass. So you got to do like I'm doing here. Place your move order, place all your reclaim, and then run the hell away. And usually it is very advantageous to actually follow where the enemy commander is going. Alright, I did not get my hydro up in time. That is not particularly good for me. Alright, Trump, if you want to go that way, I will... Okay, whatever you want to do. You're kind of walking around in a weird pattern here. Okay, that kind of sort of worked out. Sure wish I would have gotten my hydro up, but that, alas, was not meant to be. So now that he's over there, I can actually walk my little Engie back up here and get all of this. Hey, look! There is an engineer, and why the hell are you building a freaking factory? To trip me up, that's why. So we'll just reclaim that and keep on a-walking. Walking my way downtown. I don't know why he was building a mass extractor. That's kind of a waste. A little bit weird indeed. We're gonna keep... Ah! Mass extractor was in the way. That sucks. Well, I'm still getting all this mass down here with this engineer. You can grab that T3 wreck, and then we're going to walk right up this way. I just got to make sure that I start getting my Manta spam online well before he does, because I do not want to die embarrassingly on the front. If I do that, my team is screwed, because I basically balanced this thing out to where the better players were on the front. So that's kind of going to decide how this thing goes. Do that, and then try to walk down here and grab some. Let's get down here, grab a mass extractor, and then that reclaim as well. I'm going to let you have that. I'm going to go down here, grab both of these, and then we're going to walk straight back. And there, folks, is a pile of engineers headed my way. It's not exactly an ideal situation. Into the water you go, foul demon. Why are you doing that? Why are you pushing me? I would like to get away from you. Thank you very much.
Commander under attack.
Alright, sweet. So, we're going to get away quite handily. And here is a problem. He is trying to punk me. That's okay. He is too slow about it, and we will get him anyway. So we're not going to go for any more upgrades. We're going to simply assist. We're going to build Medusas, and we're going to come this way. Please finish. Please finish. Alright, that was apparently not meant to be, but we are going to get these down. He is not going to be able to do much damage at all. I'm going to go ahead and get these up. T2U. Don't waste any mass. The bad thing about it is Medusas have very low damage. Very low indeed. So it's going to take me a minute to get all of these down. Come on, guys. You got this. Oh, he's building counter Medusas. How dare you? How freaking dare you? At least we got all the engineers out. That's good. We can get you dead. Get you dead. And I think we'll be okay. We get both of you. He is going for a very aggressive upgrade. I'm going to go gun. I don't know what upgrade he is going for, but we do not need to let that carry on. We're going to take a couple of engineers back down here. Build this mass extractor up. Got plenty of power. Then we're going to take all the Medusas back up here. And we're going to go Mantis, Medusa, Mantis on repeat to the ACU. I should have expected shenanigans, because that is usually how this thing go. We're going to do that. Get our land factory back up. We're going to reclaim you and reclaim you. And do a little attack order. Those mechs is dropping faster than old people with polio. Alright. We're going to have a little bit of an issue here. We got to pause you. And pause you to get this upgrade done as quickly as we can. Engineer, I need you to assist. Mantis, I need you to assist. We're going to have just barely enough. And we'll get online. That is, in fact, a T2 Cerberus turret. And he screwed up on that one, because he needed to get something else besides that. Alright, in we go. Heyo! I'm going to kill you. You do not stand a chance here, bro. Alright, we need to get our overcharge back up. Medusas, of course, will stun things quite well indeed. He has got some bad build positioning on his side. Not good at all. There goes all of his stuff. And we are good. Good to go. Alright, unpause you. You need to go back to building all of that stuff. And now we're going to be able to just ruffle stomp this whole son of a gun. That's right. Get out of my territory. Gun upgrade trumps early T2. If you can't get the firebase online, you are royally screwed. Alright, there is a T1 bomber, so we're actually going to throw down a T1 anti-air, because that is a thing. We need you over here, please. Kill the bomber. Kill the bomber. I have 2 radars, so he is not immediately going to be able to cause me tremendous amounts of grief. But I need that thing gone before it kills the other. because that is going to put me in a bad spot. Alright, we got 3 mexes to go T2. We need you guys. Let's go heal that one up. And then we're going to start with the whole capping of the mexes thingamajigger. I'm going to take you two. We're going to go cap the rears with the help of you, my little friend. So we'll get that online. And then we're going to need to get something up. There we go. We're just going to come back. Probably going to swap for a T2 upgrade so that my ACU, ACU is a bit more survivable. That seems to usually be a good route to take. And we're going to stop this, go T2, get flak, 2 flak almost immediately. Then we're going to go 1 T2 engineer, 2 T2 engineer, and then let's get the T3 upgrade rolling because I think we will have the mass for it. Going to reclaim his point defense and use the mass against him because that is the best way to do things. And also bring our stuff back here. Yeah, we're going to patrol these inties out here. Fan-freaking-tastic. He is not going to be able to touch us for the time being, and I think we can safely assume that we are good to go. Also, nice little naval rush over here. Tursto is putting the hurt down on No Fear, although I don't think he is going to be completely successful. He does have quite a bit of build power out here. He is trying to kill the engineers off on the other side because engineer kills are actually more important than frigate kills if you're talking about the very early build power in a game like this. There's our T2s coming online just like clockwork. Got +4 mass per tick now, and we can just go ahead on and get ourselves a T2 upgrade. Yes, I would love to get that down. Trump's trying to psych me out here. You liar, you got a T1 right there. Either you forgot one or you don't know what you're doing. Oh, it's bad. Poor guy. 2 T1, all the others are T2 and capped. Well, whatever. I am not far behind you at all. At all. Besides, doing pretty well for having another player drop a pile of engineers on my base here. Let's see what he's got going on over there and see if we might be able to cave it in for him. I need my T2 NGs. I only have the one so far. I should probably build something. Let's see. We're gonna put the things there. I think we actually have enough Medusas. We're just gonna try to crash the party here. All of you guys, we're gonna stop. Go T2. And all of you, we are going to assist the T3 because we're going to try and get some bricks up. If we can get the bricks out, we should be able to stop basically anything else that he tries to do. So we're going to build 2. Actually, yeah, let's do 2 of these. And then we're going to do a T2 P-Gen followed by a scout. Not a scout, a shield. And then more T2 P-Gens. Alright, Medusas incoming. The good thing about the Medusas is that they stun. The bad thing is that they have to get in range first. And Cerberus turrets are pretty dang good at wiping out T1 armies. However, I think we have made it. There go the Cerberus turrets. And now all of that precious ego that he was bragging so hard about is going to go up in flames. You always gotta poke fun, guys. You gotta keep them on their toes. And we got Corsairs, so that's a problem. Let's see if we can take those out. If we can. He's got more Cerberus turrets going up in the back. Let's see if we can close in fast enough. It looks like he's only got 2, but the Corsairs are going to be a problem. Let's see. Take out the T2 NGs, please. There we go. That's right. Run, little man, run. Okay, so I'm sensing a snipe incoming, so we're going to build one of these things here so that I don't get Corsair bombed to death. We got a bunch of interceptors coming in for the team, so things are actually looking reasonably healthy right now. We're going to assist right here. Try to make sure that all of our stuff stays behind so we don't screw up pathfinding. And we're going to move our flak up under the shield. Don't need a point defense. I think we're actually going to build 3 hives so that we get a bunch of extra build power up here. Ooh, that is a lot of air. A lot of air indeed. We're going to go T3 on the very back mechs here. I think that is the safest position to do one. And we've got our brick production online now. That factory is going to be cranking them out in the rear. And just about to our first T2 power generator. So I think things are going rather well at the moment. Also, we now have T2 over here, which is not especially great for us. Thankfully, there's a lot of frigates online, and there is a T2 factory over here. Destroyer will be out shortly. And Tursto got the island. I just now noticed that. So both of them, both of our navies have got the island, and that is a wonderful, wonderful thing to behold. Oh, snap. We got destroyers. Okay, so that was a bad plan. Okay, no big deal, no big deal. We're just going to back up, and we'll be fine. Probably should bring our flak as well. He has 3 destroyers. Don't go unless you can kill it, because the last thing we need is to lose Navy. But he has 2 destroyers and a heaping pile of frigates, so I think he'll actually be okay. Yeah, that's a fair amount of stuff. We're going to queue up a scouting pattern across the back end here. Looks like Burger does have a T3 Mex, which is not super ideal, but we'll just have to take what comes. All right, we're going to rebuild our shield gen right here. Then we're going to build a T2 radar, ring it with power. We're going to have our flak sitting right next to the commander so that hopefully we can avoid getting sniped. Ah, it's actually 2 destroyers and a whole bunch of frigates. So George is already potentially ahead. We're just going to deal with being in the back, and I'm going to forget about that Mex. We can just send up an engineer and grab that reclaim. And we need to go T3 with another mass extractor. So, I've got 2 bricks so far. And with that, we cannot exactly rule the world, but it is definitely a good start. We're going to go ahead and get a couple more mass extractor upgrades under our belts, and then we'll start going for some serious T3 production, because obviously it's not going to take very much to knock this thing in. Now, he does have 3 T3 mass extractors, not super great for me. Let's actually forego the brick production, and let's go for rapidly getting these T3 mass extractor upgrades coming back up, and then assisting once again. So we are going to go T3 with you and pause, and T3 with both of you and pause. We can actually go ahead, Control K that. You are going to come back. We're going to grab that reclaim and finish out our structures there. Power is not looking super great, so, well, actually we're going to be fine, because I'm going to get this other T2P gen online nearly as soon as I power stall. I can shut off my shield for a second, let it build a little quicker. Come on, you got it. You got it. And fantastic. Turn our shield back on and protect those sons of guns. I know I'm still stalled, but as soon as I hit mass stall, there you go, 500 power ahead. That is all we needed. Okay, we're done there as well. So now we're 143 in the hole, and that is mainly due to this boondoggle right here. We're going to start reclaiming our T1 power so that we get mass boost. And in a moment, I'm going to have to bite the bullet and go for resource allocation. But we are not yet to that point. By the time we get all of these T1s reclaimed, we should have our other P-Gens back up. I'm going to go ahead and assist there. Now, looking at the Navy, I think we've actually got this in the bag as far as that's concerned. This is a forward naval factory that usually is used to build engineers and claim the reclaim. And then on this side, yes, we have a turtle player, but he is fairly substantially ahead of his opponent. So that is working out rather well indeed. Now this right here is going to end up being a huge problem for Supreme Burger because he simply is not preparing well enough. He might go for a Monkey Lord rush, which would give me a little bit of a problem, but I'm going to be able to see it coming. He does not have a T3 factory or T3 ACU as of yet, and by the time he has that, I'm going to have quite a few bricks. I should be able to land one clean overcharge, and that'll be the end of it. So I don't think there's anything to be particularly concerned about. We're going to go ahead and drop another shield just to be guarded against those Corsairs. You need to get in range, please. Rush the frigates. That would be wonderful. And you need to come up here. So, that's looking good. Going to unpause here, get that in line, and then unpause both of you. We're now to the point where the T3 upgrades are rolling right along. Shouldn't have any problem whatsoever. We've got 4 and no others, and I have already got 4, and I'm going to get 2 simultaneous right here. So I think I have not only caught up with, but surpassed his economy, because he doesn't even have, well, he might have a T2 capped right there. Maybe. He does have a T2 capped right there. I think he got that rebuilt okay. Alright, as soon as we get our next ring of mechs done, these two, I'm going to go for resource allocation on the ACU. Finish that, please, actually. And then do those, and then come back and assist. You guys assist as well. As soon as I get those done, we'll go RAS, and then we'll crank up the rest of our support factories and start going for a whole heaping pile of build power. And notice that I'm only going to put hives around the back section of the factories because I want the front clear for the pathfinding. Alright, we're going to do that right there. You guys are getting that last mechs. We're going to go T3 and pause. Torque Bomber's getting pinged. Our air player is not yet completely in the game. He does have some ASF. I don't think he's drastically behind. Well, yeah, he is. The other air player's got a bunch of T3 mechs. There's one down here. Alright, so we're going to have some issues as far as that goes. I need to scout, because I don't want to get a surprise nuke. What I'm probably going to end up doing is actually building a nuke on the front line and using that to cover everybody else. Let me get resource allocation, and then we'll go back and get these. I love seeing a good naval game. I really do. And this is tight. Yellow is not done yet, and nothing has been scouted over here. Need to make sure that there's not anything building on that side. We've got 1, 2, 3, and a stealth boat as far as T2 ships go. Plus a T2 sub. That's good. One thing to remember is that in the recent balance patch, Cyber Navy had its anti-air nerfed. And you might say, oh, what difference does that make? The freaking destroyers got their DPS, their AA nerfed by just a few ticks. Well, it actually makes a huge difference, because one of the strengths of the Cyber Navy was the fact that, yes, Solaces still shred them. Yes, massed gunships still shred them. But these, 2 or 3 torpedo bombers that get thrown out, Salems and frigates could easily defend themselves, and you didn't have to build a bunch of cruisers. And this has been the nerf that's been introduced to the Cyber Navy. When you're rush building, when you're frigate rushing, and you're just going all out on offensive weaponry in order to push the other player out of the water, you end up being many times more vulnerable to torpedo bombers than you were in past balance. So that is the reasoning behind that change, and I think it was probably a very good change. Yes, it's kind of annoying to see when things get nerfed like that, when you're not able to abuse your favorite faction to the extent that you were before. There's the Monkey Lord. I do understand that, but it was definitely something that needed to happen. So here comes the monkey. We got scouts out, no big dealio. I have got overcharge, I've got power prepped. We have got 8 bricks. He is not going to be able to touch us. Alright, a little fluff there. We're gonna go ahead and pile on the assistance there to get that one more brick out. Oh snap, we got Corsairs. Alright, Commander coming back. Oh wow, I almost died in one pass. Dang it! Freaking Corsairs. Ah. Well, Trump doesn't get to brag. He wasn't the one that killed me. I totally forgot to put full share on. That was a lot of Corsairs, and that is exactly why you have got to scout the air player. Okay, for those of you who are protesting me walking out of the shield, the reason I walked out of the shield was I was getting a head start on the Corsairs to dodge, to pull back, and I completely forgot that they actually buffed the Corsairs where they release their bombs closer to the target. They're basically impossible to dodge now, and I totally forgot about that change. It used to be they would launch like from back here and hit right there, and if you were walking in a circle you could dodge a lot of the DPS, or if you're changing direction. And what I had planned to do was run back into the shield. Most of the damage from the first pass would be outside the shield, not damaging it too much, and then I could walk back inside the shield and let my flak do the work. But you can see how well that worked. That really did not work at all. Alright, well, lesson learned. I was trying to scout the front player there, and obviously I knew what he had, and I had enough bricks to kill his Monkey Lord, but I did not know that there were that many Corsairs that had been built. We got piles of T3 mass extractors back here. We've got 6 of them, and then the necessary power built to assist build with the multiple air factories there. I do think our air player actually has more ASF, but he is not using them at all. Monkey Lord has pretty much 0 map awareness now, and that is not a good thing. So the T3 gunships probably could have saved everyone if they stayed alive, but that's 3 T3 gunships, a freaking ton of mass that could have potentially killed the Monkey Lord by the time it walked down there, and the ASF are reacting long after those gunships are dead and gone. So we're now probably about to see the loss of the South Side Naval Base, even though this was turning out to be really freaking good for us, because the total naval win on this side means that they're going to lose all of this economy right here. Awesome Cybern destroyers able to cover a ton of distance. We got a strap bomber on it now. He didn't kill anyone. Awesome name. Yeah, air's gone. You need to be worried about that, bro. Alright, one other thing you don't want to do is you don't really want to hover all of your interceptors on top of a Monkey Lord, because you could potentially vet it with the anti-air that the Monkey Lord has. It's very capable of killing masses of T1 air. I understand pinging a T1 scout across it consistently because it takes, what, like 40 of them or 60 to vet it. But when you have a cloud of 50 interceptors overhead, All it has to do is shoot down the interceptors, kill a couple engineers, and bam, you got a veterancy. Anywho, Monkey Lord is dead and gone. I just hope that members of my team will actually move up here and take my base, because there is a pile of reclaim there, a ton of it, and that could potentially build them a Monkey Lord. At least I didn't get killed by a T1 wreck again. That is very, very true. Very true indeed. We are over the stream record at 159. The last one was 149 or 150, something like that. We're definitely over it. Here comes a not a Monkey Lord, a Soul Ripper. And he is going to absolutely tear a new one in this Navy. Again, Air Player, just total lack of any knowledge of what's going on the map. I would be interested to know what is going on back here as far as scouting. Because if they don't have any of this scouted, then they have no idea what's coming. They don't know what's sitting over here and whatnot. So this is one of the biggest things. Honestly, I would rather have a air player with a slightly inferior build who has good map awareness over this person who can just spam hundreds and hundreds of ASF, but they don't know what's going on. And I think that's what we're seeing here. Monkey Lord definitely has way better ASF production capabilities than Miss the Falls does. But I think long term it's actually going to be worse because he is not protecting his teammates. That Monkey Lord, not Monkey Lord, Soul Ripper. Soul Ripper did get away safe and sound. He is way over there. And now we've got Navy dropping in the bay, which is exactly what you should do in a situation like this. I'm just hoping that they can get back over here and get in control of that. Now, T3 moved from Seraphim. That happened just a little bit ago, and it was probably maybe a good idea. Honestly, versus a superior eco, Seraphim is just screwed in every way versus a Cybran opponent, because the T2 subs can kill every single Seraphim unit on a mass-to-mass ratio. Every single one of them. You got short-range destroyers versus long-range destroyers. If you submerge your destroyers, the Cybrans win anyway because their torque damage is better than the Seraphim destroyers. Well, okay, let me rephrase that. They have more HP, they have better torpedo defense, and therefore are able to kill a Seraphim destroyer on a one-to-one basis, especially if there are mermaids involved. So, yeah, basically you just gotta out-spam them and hopefully out-micro them. Because the Seraphim destroyers obviously have the beam weapon, which cannot be dodged, and the Cybran destroyers have a slow-moving projectile weapon. So you're not going to be able to hit a circling destroyer. So that's about the only hope that you've got. Now he's down to a single cruiser and a battleship. The battleship is going to take a while to eat, and he may lose another ship or two to this sub-hunter, but the sub-hunter is going to go down very quickly indeed to the Seraphim, or to the Cybran torpedoes. That battleship is the bigger issue, and there's now 2 more destroyers out. So I think George has lost his advantage. He doesn't have anywhere near as much build power as Red does. He has lost the majority of his navy, and there are torpedo bombers headed for him. So I think that this is going to end up being a lost cause. He's probably going to leave a massive mass donation on the doorstep of his opponent, and this is going to end up being super bad for him. I think if I were you, I would start microing, and I would just run away, try to kill the destroyers, and regroup right back here, and at least attempt to keep the mass field on your side, because if you don't, he is going to get engineers out there, he's going to reclaim all of it, and then you're going to die. Trumpsburger powering down a T2 factory here. He is obviously going to start losing more of his economy again now that the Cybran menace is at full force. But this is just going to be super interesting to see how it plays out. I have no idea who is going to win this. We've got multiple Soul Rippers up here, and our air control is dwindling to a certain degree. So I'm not sure that Monkey Lord is going to be able to sustain all of this, but we're just going to have to find out. They need to kill a player is what they need to do. It's no share, so as long as they can just straight up snipe an ACU, like all of that eco goes poof. And I wish I could have told that to my guys before I died, because that would have been very useful information, and obviously I can't type it out now. But hopefully I would hope that they see the advantage to that from having seen my death and seen all of my economy go poof. We do have a Monkey Lord on the front line. Some mechs is being regained, so things are going reasonably well here. Obviously, we have got a good investment of economy going on from Tursto, dropping the SACU Quantum Gateway, getting all his mexes to T3, basically just taking advantage of the downtime that he has bought himself by getting all of this Navy under his control. One thing that I would highly recommend would be overbuilding Salems in a situation like this, taking all of the Salems and going across the neck in order to assist the other Navy. They're about to have much, much bigger problems. There's a Ripper coming back down, and we don't have enough air, I don't think. It's going to be difficult. It's going to be very difficult. There is an aircraft carrier back here that's going to be able to lay in quite a substantial amount of damage along with 3 cruisers, as long as he can kill the Soul Ripper before it kills all the cruisers. There we go. Now he's got an air fight on his terms. Oh, no. No, 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 no. He did the one thing you never do. He just targeted the Soul Ripper straight up, flew through all those ASF without firing a single shot, and lost air. That move right there single-handedly lost air control. You don't ever place a move order on the other side of the map. The one good thing going here is the strap bomber push on the other side that may force the ASF to break away. It is in fact forcing the ASF to break away. Soul Ripper is now re-extended. He's not gonna save him. He is not gonna freaking save him. No Fear is gonna die. That's an economy out of the way right there, folks. Oh snap, 50 HP. If that bomber comes around, nope. He survived with 50 freaking health. How do you even get the battleship over? One shot. One shot is all you need. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Don't shy away. The one battleship shot connecting would have done it. And now we've got vastly exposed, greatly exposed. Vastly exposed is not an appropriate use of a modifier. All right, the exposed broadswords are going to get hammered. That is basically what this boils down to. And at least the Soul Ripper's gone. But the bad thing is the Soul Ripper dropped where it could be easily reclaimed by Trump. And now it's going to be recycled into more mass. This is one of those frustrating things. You got to ground fire it. You got to freaking ground fire. I can't actually chat at anyone. Can I? Nope. Can't type. If you just ground fire the strat on his head, you can kill him in one pass. One pass is all it would take. Oh, he is just like randomly moving so he can prevent ground fire. You could even ground fire him. Nope, you can't. Never mind. I was going to say you could ground fire him with a cruiser, but that would not work because Cybern cruisers, they don't have missiles. Dang. I hate watching games like this because it's like there are 573 different ways that this could have been won. And I'm watching the game just slowly slip away due to a tiny handful of easily preventable mistakes, such as stepping out of the shields. Although, I'm not entirely sure I wouldn't have just straight up died anyway. But anyway, Lesson learned, like I said, the balance has changed. I have got to remember that I cannot simply dodge Corsairs anymore. That was a massive buff on Corsair snipes. Now you just got to sit there and soak damage, I guess. So many puns to be made. Scout him in the face needs to be a tagline for something. Realistically speaking, yeah, all air units have at least 100 crash damage. So if any ASF scout, torp bomber, or any other object floating in the sky had fallen on his head at that moment, he would have died. It would have been the same thing that happened to me the other night. It would have been poetic justice, to say the least. Oh, holy crap. Look at this. This is just dirty right here. Look at Trump. This is why I didn't want to die, because a 1200 player has a relatively good idea of what to do in a game, and he is obviously going to be able to make a little mayhem where he sees fit. And this is also where you got to target the shield gens. You have to target the shield gens with the battleships, because if you don't kill the shields first, they're just going to upgrade the shields. And there's a shield upgrade. Whole new 11,000 HP to chew through, or 10,000 as the case may be. Whole new round of HP to chew through. I do love the fact, though, that Tursto has gone T3 Air. So he is actually joining the fight, and he is building a pile of aircraft carriers. Now, you might be asking, why would you build aircraft carriers instead of building cruisers? Well, the answer is survivability. A aircraft carrier costs exactly twice as much as a cruiser, and for that you get basically the same anti-air damage, and you get 4 times as much health. 4 times, or 8 times. How many vets do these have? Let's look at it. You have 20,000 health versus 2,500 health. So that would actually be 8 times as much health. So it's 4 times the health per mass of a cruiser with the same anti-air capability. And that, friends, is why you build aircraft carriers. Especially when you're Cybern, because they have very fast traveling direct fire cannons that are actually capable of shooting down T3 scouts and strat bombers on occasion. Now, in this particular instance, they're not doing a very good job because that trajectory is not ideal. They still do miss, but they do have superior anti-air to the Cybern cruisers. All right. Battleship versus frigates. Probably going to win. Battleship versus frigates and destroyers. Very iffy. Battleship versus frigates, destroyers, T3 subs, and 2 additional battleships. I think you're going to have a bad time there, bro. Why are there multiple HQs? You've got 3 T2 HQs, a T3 HQ, and 3 support factories. That is not exactly ideal. Also, another mass donation. Target the power generator, Tursto. Target the power generator. It will blow up very violently and take out many things. That is the best target. It always is. Any volatile building. Rutro. We now have another air loss, and there are 2 Soul Rippers in the air. So these guys better start building some SAMs and some mobile flak so that they can shift positions with ease. Because otherwise, this is going to start being a slow and painful death. Got a Monkey Lord going on up there. Probably going to get this reclaim, but hopefully it will be able to stop that. Tursto coming in and saving the freaking day, laying in some extra damage on those ASF. It's not going to be a win, but it's not going to be as bad as it could have been. And he does have more ASF building up in the back, so hopefully he will be able to pull a win out when those Soul Rippers come his way. The bad thing about Cybern Navy is that they don't really have a tool to reach super far inland. The balance mechanic is you rush them, and then you may get the opportunity to walk the destroyers up on land to reach things further in. but they don't really have, you know, the cruisers that have 150 range for 2 of the factions. Then you've got the UEF battleship, and you've got the Tempest that have 150 range, and then you've got the freaking missile launchers, the, what are they called? I cannot remember. The T4 missile ships. Whatever those are, you've got those things that have got 200 range, for crying out loud. Cybern's just kind of stuck. It is a very unfortunate hey, battleship. Never mind. Alright, incoming Soul Rippers, which the ASF are proceeding to just fly by and not actually do anything. That's fun. That's super fun. Here comes Strats. I think this is going to be the end, guys. They're not going to have anything to deny this with. There's no SAMs in the back. They're about to lose their air player, and that is going to be GG. That is, in fact, GG. I don't think there's anything that can be done after that. This is a really well-fought naval battle over here for George. He is going 2v1, and he still has not completely lost. He is obviously losing the long-term game because he did not scale his eco. But dang, he had a good rush build. That was quite good indeed. Alright, Monkey Lord. Prepare to meet your maker, because there is definitely a ripper in it for you. Here come the Strats. There's the ACU. Just kill it. End the torture. You logged into a stream. Unfortunately, it is a stream where I died and left another 1200 rated player to just demolish my team. But it is okay. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. They're too close. Nope. There's going to be ASF. The ASF are going to tag it. Oh, wow. They're not going to tag it. Oh, my goodness. The Strats are actually going to make it to the back of the map. There's too many shields, but they're going to have fun anyway. Whee! And all of the bombs got taken out by, all the bombs got taken out by the Corsairs flying under the Strat Bombers. That's nice. One more ACU to kill. All you got to do is ground fire right there with those freaking Cybern Strats. They are amazing things as far as AoE goes. Okay. I think we'd officially call that GG. They just got to do something to kill the guy. Torp bombers or whatnot. Hey, look! Speaking of the devil, there are torp bombers, which are going to proceed to fly right over all of the aircraft carriers and die. Because reasons. Sigh. I guess there's still some fight left. Soul Rippers are slowly but surely shredding his power supply, which means that he is not going to be able to build air. Although he is not building SAMs nearly fast enough to outrun the veterancy on something like a Ripper. It is just a veterancy machine. Oh, man. Back down to yellow health, but that's not going to kill it. Not by a long shot. He could just walk over here or fly over there, as the case may be. Kill off all those T1 engineers. That'll be the end of... Oh, snap. The nuke defense is down. Here comes the nuke. Yellow's going to make it. Soul Ripper's down. All that's left is a little bit of Navy in the bay. That's going to be the end of it. Just Control K at this point. It would be an honorable death. Holy crap. There are 175 people in the stream. That is ludicrous. Talk about setting a new record. That is blowing it out of the water. Chucky, I have not yet, but I will today. Well, he escaped the nuke. Just barely. He got in the outer ring of it. That 500 damage over there. Aww. Trump actually teleported over. He wanted to get up close and personal. Yeah, that's not going to work. ACU is just going to walk out into the middle of nowhere. Guys, do you want me to stick with this, or do you want me to leave it? Because we all know how this is going to end. But, Tursto is just making it as painful as possible. Vote in the chat. Finish it out, or start another game. If only all these people could have witnessed a triumphant game. There is still an opportunity. Leave it and do something else. Next. Okay, well, we are going to get out of this game. Let me get this thing set up. I'll reset a couple of things, and we'll be right back with another game.